Hi, kids. Number 42, greatest films of all time, Gone with the Wind, from 1939, directed by Victor Fleming, starring Clark Gable, Vivian Leigh, and Hattie McDaniel. So, previously to this series, I did an entire, huge, almost 3-month long run on the Academy Awards. So if you're wondering why I'm not really talking about Hattie McDaniel and the Academy Award, that would be why. I promised that I would not talk about the Academy Awards for a while. But Hattie McDaniel is worth mentioning. Of course, she won Best Supporting Actress for this film. First person of color to win any sort of award. Hattie McDaniel. Spectacular. So, let's get into Gone with the Wind. So it is based on a 1936 novel by Margaret Mitchell. Who was Margaret Mitchell? She was just a white lady in Atlanta. Rich white lady in Atlanta. Not just that, but she was, that's who she was. Growing up, she was told stories about the Civil War, Confederacy, by her elders. She read a bunch of historical fiction of the time about that. But it was from the South point of view that often, changed the story to make themselves look better, downplayed a bunch of things, maybe made the Ku Klux Klan look like good guys. So that's Margaret Mitchell didn't know until she was about 10 or 11 that the South had lost the Civil War. So Margaret Mitchell, also interested in sort of fantasy, erotic novels. So that's where we come to her writing Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind comes out. David O. Selznick, producer, his readers read it. Credit to the readers. They recommend you buy the rights, make the film. He does that. Right away, he knows he wants Clark Gable to star in Gone with the Wind. Only problem is Clark Gable works for MGM. So this is a time in the 30s where studios pretty much owned not just the stars, but whole production crews and everything. You were under contract to them. You could be loaned out to other studios. Deals were made. MGM, at this point, had never lent out Clark Gable to any other production. So quite a deal was made to get Clark Gable. I think they had to pay his salary, a bunch of other stipulations, of course. But he gets Clark Gable. That's all he wanted. Starts production Gone with the Wind. Then they have to send a big casting call, interview thousands of ladies for the lead part, Scarlett O'Hara. Vivian Leigh lands that part. She's the perfect person, according to David O. Selznick, for Scarlett O'Hara. They start production. Production starts with director George Cukor. So, George Cukor, I don't know if I've mentioned before, was a gay man. He was an openly gay man, as openly as you can be in 1939. He's not out there waving a pride flag or anything, getting in your face about it, but he was gay, and it was known. Didn't necessarily try to hide it. Clark Gable had a problem with George Cukor. They did not get along. It is believed that as the biggest reason that George Cukor is removed from production. There are cited different reasons. Some say when Clark Gable was younger that he was a male escort. Some also say that he was a male escort and George Cukor was his pimp. Either way, Cukor and Gable clashed. Cukor is removed from production. Victor Fleming is brought in to direct the film. Now, If you've watched my Wizard of Oz film, you will know. If not, I will tell you. Wizard of Oz, George Cukor was brought in. He was the second director brought in for Wizard of Oz to help course correct, fix some things, get the production on the right path. He changed a lot of the look and the feel of the film, changed the way the Wicked Witch looked, changed the way Dorothy looked, helped Judy Garland, helped Judy Garland sort of hone her Dorothy character. It was something else prior to Cukor coming on. Cukor was never meant to be the director of the film because he was going to leave and direct Gone with the Wind. So he's there for a couple weeks. He sets all these things in place. He leaves production for Gone with the Wind. Victor Fleming comes in. Victor Fleming directs The Wizard of Oz. Until there's a couple weeks left in the shoot of The Wizard of Oz, and Victor Fleming is called to direct Gone with the Wind, replace George Cukor again. So a fourth director actually finished filming The Wizard of Oz. Victor Fleming filmed most of Gone with the Wind. There are scenes and segments that are not filmed by either George Cukor or Victor Fleming, uncredited. Okay, so that's about it for Gone with the Wind. Why is it on the list? AFI, American Film Institute, greatest American films of all time. Their 1998 list, it was number 4, fourth greatest film of all time. 2007, did the list again. It was number 6, sixth greatest film of all time. And on Metacritic, according to Critic Reviews, is number 37 with a score of 97. That's out of 100 with 18 reviews. So that puts it on this list of number 42. Once again, that is the bar, 4, 6, and 37, and it's only 42 because you have to be on more lists to be higher up on this list. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe,